ready to kick some ass.
Free love is too tame for him. Free love is too tame for him. Free love is too tame for him. Tame for him. Free love is too tame for him. Free love is too tame for him. Free love is too tame for him. Tame for him.
Understand the thing, understand the concept, 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 understand the concept of love. Understand the concept of love. Understand the concept of love.
Free love is too tame for him. Tame for him. Tame for him. Free love is too tame for him.
What is love? What is free love? Love is free. Love is free. Free, 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 free.
Oh, it's scream! I forgot to change things. I press one button before the other button. What's going on, man? What's going on, everybody? My name is Ace. I'm gonna be your host tonight. Oh, that was a little embarrassing. My bad. But yeah, so tonight, I am multi-streaming and I'm still streaming to Twitch. However, I am also on YouTube. Woo! Finally did it. The thing I said I was gonna be doing forever. I'm finally doing it after doing some tests and stuff over on Instagram and TikTok. I realized, you know what? I can handle multi-streaming, and I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be streaming over to TikTok. Apparently something happened with my access over there. I don't know what happened. I probably could go back to streaming there, but I think it's just too much of a burden, so I'm just not going to do it. So, but yeah, I am over here on Twitch and YouTube. All right. Am I gonna stream to kick? Probably not. I don't know. Right now, I just want to focus on YouTube and Twitch for now. But yeah, first live stream to YouTube. I haven't streamed on YouTube in a long time. That was back when I think I was only streaming to YouTube. First, I think I was just doing it just to play some games, and then I was only doing it for like live, for like doing like announcements for like a book I was coming out with, or my game or something like that. But yeah, moving forward, it's just gonna be like normal streaming content. You guys get to see me do that. So I was messing around with something. But yeah, so I am live to both. I should be live to both. Let me double check. I saw that I was live. I am. Cool. All right, sounds good. Okie. So tonight we are going to be doing a collab. Which is the first OC art I've done in a long time. Let me pull up. Hold on a second. I need to pull up the pose I'm going to be working with tonight. Okay, so I have an art mutual. Those don't know what art moot is. Named Danny Gonzalez. He's been a good friend. Recently met. He's been in the live stream chat over on Twitch, and yeah, we've been talking with each other since. We're in a few communities together. We share each other's art, and we talk with other artists and stuff as well. He said he was going to be in the chat. I don't know if he's right now, but he said he was going to be. So you might see him in the. I might be speaking with him via the chat. Oops. Fix my beanie. But yeah, so me and him have OCs. So obviously, we're artists. We're going to have OCs, right? And we been discussing a collab where we're going to take each other's OCs and draw them. But we're gonna not draw each other's OCs, rather we're gonna draw our own OCs, but we're gonna switch the clothing. That's what we came up with, and we came up with a pose and everything. So we're gonna work on that. He's gonna work on half of it, and I'm gonna work on the other half. So I'm gonna be drawing, like I said, I'm gonna be drawing my character, which it's not gonna be Tana. We decided that we were gonna be drawing Ansel, and he's gonna be drawing his OC Jennifer. And his OC. I will pull up his thing real quick, his Instagram, to show off his work. Hey, there he is. What's up, Danny? I was gonna show off your work. That's cool, right? Oops. Shit. So you can see my messages. Why can you see my messages? How do I get you not can't see my messages? That's a little invasive. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How's you? So yeah, because I'm multi-streaming now to YouTube and Twitch, I do have a new chat system. One that actually works with the new system I have now. I figured that was more, it was better to have that. So I switched over from, I was using, what system was I using? The chatbot chat system thing. I was using, I'm completely forgetting what it was. I was using one thing, and now I switched over to streamer.bot. And then there was another streamer called, I'm forgetting names. Names are just over there right now. The big streamer, he actually helps a lot. He helps a lot with, you know, new like new people coming in and showing off like new features for streaming and stuff like that. Nutty, that's what it was, Nutty. So Nutty has his own like chat system that he built based on streamer.bot, and so I actually switched over to using his stuff. The thing I like about all that stuff is like I feel like it's actually being supported, being worked on. So we're gonna be seeing like updates in the future and making it better. Whereas the stuff we used before, like, is kind of like, it didn't seem like it wasn't really getting more support than what it was. So it's like it's kind of just where it is. And so I was like, whereas these are new, these are getting like support. They're working on adding more features, and so I was like, you know, let me switch over all that. And plus, it's like it's all works together. And yeah, so that's what that is. So yeah, so I have it'll be a new chat. I made it similar looking to what it was before, but I think it'll be a little better.
Straight, you bitch.
There you go. See, and that's it. Oh, was I mute the whole time? Or unless maybe I hit my mic. I wasn't mute the whole time, was I? Just now, okay, yeah, I must have just hit my. Okay, so the problem with this mic is that there's actually two problems with this mic, and why I've been considering replacing it is one is the mute button. There's a mute thing right here. If I tap it, so I have to untap it so you guys can hear me, which is it's nice and not nice at the same time. It's very easy just to I can just touch it and it unmutes. The other problem is that this is the gang. This whole entire little cap thing right here that I can turn, that's the gang. And so it's very easy to mess this too. So I was always dealing with just the gang because I'm like, oh, that's just the gang. Like, it's not that too bad. I don't think it's ever been a problem. But then it started to become just really annoying. So I was like, well, let me flip it upside down. I just want to see how that's been working out. So I'm like, ugh, yeah, it's cool. HyperX is really cool, but I'm just like, I'm just getting over it. You know, I want something different. HyperX does have a new, HyperX does have a new mic that like is, it looks actually more like the Shure. So I'm wondering if it's just like a slightly cheaper version of like the Shure, because I would really love a Shure, but Shure's like $400 and I don't want to spend that much money. Taps my chest. Yeah, that's the other problem, is I need it kind of close to me or else you guys don't hear me very well. I think right there should be good. But anyways, I will do this and hopefully you guys don't ignore my my chat. Hold on. Okay, I'll just go ahead and display, and that's not the right display. Did I mess something up? Why is it showing that screen, that monitor? You know what? I'm just gonna pull over there. I'll just do this. I hope you guys don't see it. Okay. There we go. That basically helps. It's gonna look a little weird, but let me switch over. You guys don't need to see my personal stuff. It's a fun collab. Yeah. I haven't started yet. Yeah, so this is Danny's stuff. This is gonna be the character we're gonna be working with. So this is Jennifer, part of his flower series that he's working on. If you want to post any of your links, Danny, you should be good to do that. If you can't do that, let me know. I'll try and fix it. If you want to post any links to any of your work, but also you can see his Instagram right here, obviously. And this is going to be the pose that we're going to be working with. Switch over to my art. Oh, actually, you know what? Real quick. Actually, let me switch back to just chatting. So real quick, we need to go over house cleaning. So we haven't got no house cleaning yet. Not working. It's fine. Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and post a link to your Instagram at least. That should work, right? I'm gonna post it to both chats actually. Hold on a second. All right, so what was I saying? Yeah, yes, that's right. House cleaning. So real quick, if you guys are not following me in any of my socials, oh, I haven't set this up for. I'll repost it over to. There's my link. There's a link tree. Let me post this over to YouTube as well. I haven't set this up. I haven't set up a bot yet for YouTube, so a lot of the automatic links are gonna be just for Twitch, but alright. And with that link tree, that's gonna give you a link to everything, to Discord, to all socials, X, Blue Sky, Threads. For those watching me on YouTube, if you're not following me, or not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Link the video, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. What else is on there? Link to my Patreon and Ko-fi. So now's a good time to sign up because we have I have posted a. Oh no, actually, don't have that yet. But next week, come up soon, a couple days, we'll be posting a exclusive Patreon Ko-fi art piece only to there. Just for the time being until it becomes public the week after. But yeah, a good time to follow, sign up and everything, and then you get perks for doing so. This stream is also sponsored by Dubby. You can use my code. Let me post the thing for that. You can use my code to get 10% off over at Dubby. There's also, I think they should still be doing the soul leveling collab. So you can get cups and flavors just like this one. This is the Ingress bottle. How'd you get Ingress? Ingress is the best. Yes, awesome stuff. Very much so. The flavors are pretty good. This one's okay. I haven't tried any other flavors yet, but this one's okay. This is the one that they sent me. It was a random flavor. I didn't get to choose. They basically chose for me. And this is the Calio cream. This is essentially just, this is the orange creamsicle. So you like orange creamsicle, you're like this. This is okay to me. I'm not a huge fan of orange creamsicle, but I like them, so it's fine with me. Other than that, there's links to my game. There's links to Royal Flush Studios. There's links to which from there you can then get links to my books. All kinds of cool stuff. Definitely check out the link tree. Follow me on all socials over there. Sweat portfolio, things like that. You drink G Fuel? I do drink G Fuel. I do. I've always been more of a D Fuel guy than Dubby, but you know Dubby was more willing to sponsor me over G Fuel. So yeah, I promote Dubby, but I also do like G Fuel. I do. My favorite is the my favorite flavor. I've drank multiples, and I do like all of them that I've tried so far. But my favorite is oh, what was it? The Fallout one, Nuka Cola. Some water. I have not tried the PewDiePie flavor yet. I used to be actually really against PewDiePie for a long time, but I'm starting to get over it, to be honest. I would still say he's not really up there in terms of like favorite creators. I do like other creators a lot more than him, but he's okay now, I guess. I'm still not like I've gotten super into like getting back into him or anything. Alright, so let me switch back over to art. I've put this off long enough. Started the stream 30 minutes ago and still haven't even started drawing yet. I got behind. I was supposed to start at 8:30 and then I was like, oh, let me give myself an extra 15 minutes. And then I just like got out of the shower, started getting ready, and then like my lights weren't working with my stream. I wasn't able to control like technically the program I used to control my lights with my stream. That it wasn't working. Like it was connecting with my desk lights, which you guys don't see, it's for me, but these lights around me that give me that this blue light, that wasn't working. So I had to try and fix that, and then had to do some other quick things. So yeah, so the character that I'm going to be drawing is Ansel, which I need to pull up reference for that actually as well. I just remembered I didn't do that yet. There you are. So this is the character we're gonna be drawing. I'm gonna be drawing. This is Ansel. Those who don't know, this is a companion of Tana's actually. She's in my first book that the Masters read the new cast, and she's actually a witch. That's why she dresses the way she does. And so I'm going to be drawing Ansel wearing Jennifer's clothes, and Danny is going to be drawing Jennifer wearing Ansel's clothes. So it'd be like that. You right? So we came with the pose. Jennifer's going to be standing here. Jennifer's going to be standing here, and then Ansel's going to be standing here. We might need to mess with the sizes a little bit. But I'm going to just kind of I'm going to do this just to focus on Ansel. We may even make it to where it's not full body either. We might cut off everybody. We don't know it just yet. We haven't got that far. We're just going to, I think we decided that we're going to do full body, right? Or I have not. This is the first time drawing Ansel in years. When's that? 2021 is when I last drew her. Nothing ads. Okay. Yeah, I was just asking. We're doing full body, right? Before I start drawing this. That's what we decided on. Just so we can work with the characters. Okay, yeah, cool. I want to make sure. And then we would draw in full body, and then like I said, we might cut it off. We don't know just yet. But yeah, so I need to get Jennifer's outfit up for my own reference. Okay, Danny has a nice character sheet. Having fun on next. I am actually, yeah, I am. Are you? Oh, let me switch to game chops. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you invited me. So we're going to start with the sleeves. This is going to be a really interesting piece just because of the different art styles. What I'm looking forward to the most is seeing like our both our art styles kind of like side by side. Because I have this kind of anime, kind of realistic in a way, art style where you have this like just straight up cartoony, kind of like something you find like Cartoon Network or something, or maybe even like Nickelodeon. So do you. That's the dream. I take that as a W compliment. I mean, that means I'm doing something right. No, yeah, you're right. You are doing something right. Just keep it up. Actually, probably further down, right? Your outfit should be interesting to do. Yeah, mine's more like, that's the other thing too, is like you're just doing like a modern day kind of person where I'm doing like a fantasy. So your character wearing like a fantasy outfit's gonna be interesting. And my character wearing a normal everyday outfit's gonna be interesting. Is that us? Does that look right, or does this need to be lower, you think? Like where the end, like right here? Yeah, I don't know how far down the sweatshirt goes. Also, I know I said that I'm getting away from drawing on top of these models, but for this piece, just for like height sake and everything, I'm gonna be sticking with it with this one. Like I said, I'm still working on not using these anymore, so I'd rather just stick with this just to be on the safe side. That's good? Okay. It's just below, like, where, like, I guess this area is. I guess whatever, I don't know what that's called. Like, the part of, like, the windbreaker, I guess part of it, would be, it looks like it's just below the belly button. I don't know if I need to pull it down a little more, or... It's hard to tell. I don't exactly... trying to figure it out on your character. I guess I wouldn't say that my art style is realistic. It's just kind of detailed. I'd say longish to make it look comfy in a way. So probably like right here. Be right back. I'll be watching, but doing some dishes. Oh, no, you're good. in the skirt. Shoes the most tedious part of my character. Oh, really? Like for you, or shoes are okay for me. People? We mean people. I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. Let me. Thank you. Getting there. The most tedious part for me about shoes is the shoelaces. This is Zelda. Yes. For a little fire. Is Ocarina of Time? Oh, that must be the fire. That must be the song you learned in the Fire Temple. Yeah, because as soon as I started hearing the back and forth, and one of the back and forths being that sounds like an ocarina, I was like, wait, is this Zelda? Yeah, you learn it in the Fire Temple. Okay. Yeah, she teaches it to you. I remember now. Wow, Baneri. Let's catch it. I got myself a Pokemon, Batman. I got myself a Pokemon. What'd you get for her? I got myself a Lopunny, Batman. I got myself a Lopunny. Oh no, Joker. You already know what I'm doing with that thing, Batman. No, Joker, you can't. There's no laws against Pokemon, Batman. I can do whatever I want. That's so ridiculous. I love that little short. Whoever came up with that short's a genius. I hear one more Zelda song. Let's figure out what's going on because I have it set to shuffle. Yeah, I caught it. All right. Do those shoelaces look good, Danny? The shoelaces look good. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure that's like if it was just done normally or if there was like a special way because you don't have shoelaces on your version. So I don't know. I couldn't even just get rid of the shoelaces honestly. I welcome that because I fucking hate drawing shoelaces. I draw them because it's needed, not because I want them. It's a need, not a want. Okay, this is another Zelda song. What is happening? I am not on shuffle. What the I literally enabled shuffle. I hate it here. Not this song, please. It always wants to play this song for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Can we not with the Zelda songs? Can we like take a break from the Zelda songs? There's so many Zelda songs. In a second, I'm gonna pick. You know what? This is fun. This is another song I want to play a lot, but whatever. I'm about to crash out, dude. This one should be a Donkey Kong song, I think. Oh, it's Mega Man 2. Never mind. I haven't played Mega Man 2, that's why I don't recognize the song. I mean, I haven't really played much Donkey Kong either. Mega Man's one of those games that, like, game series that, like, I wish I could play. Especially X, I love the aesthetics and, like, the design of Mega Man X. But I can't fucking play a Mega Man game to save my life. It sucks. I suck so bad. No matter what, like, order I go. I'll even go in the order that I'm told to do. I'm told to go in this first order, right? For Mega Man X, you start with Iceman. I fucking die all the time to Iceman. It's like, he's supposed to be the first one? How? I fucking lose most of my lives just getting to him, and then I lose my last life fighting him. What the fuck? I know, probably a lot of people are gonna say skill issue. I know. Tell me about it. You hate shoelaces? I do. I try to avoid shoelaces, but if the character calls for shoelaces, if the piece I'm drawing calls for shoelaces, I will draw shoelaces. I just tried to avoid them because they're fucking terrible. I will say that I've gotten better at drawing shoelaces. I used to be terrible at drawing shoelaces. I used to really have to force it. But I say that I have gotten better. I will say that. These actually look pretty good. I should, now I think about it, I probably should draw like the tie too, huh? Like the part where you like tie at the top. How is the skirt? Is that skirt correct? So technically it would be like, fix this, because I had to shorten it up. Like, is it kind of like there's like an outside piece and then like an interior piece? Is that what that is? Like it's kind of like a two-layer dress or something like that? I wasn't sure exactly. Okay, cool. So it is exactly like this. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, is that correct? That looks correct? Huh? Huh? Like going back to Mega Man, I like Mega Man X so much. That I found, I went to go years ago. I went to go look for a physical copy of Mega Man X. I wanted a physical copy, and I was okay with just getting like, a loose cart, right? Mega Man X is it came on the Super Nintendo, maybe on the Sega Genesis. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was just Super Nintendo. But as I'm looking, I found this. At first, I thought this was a complete box. I was like, "Was that a complete box?" And I saw the price, and I think it was like the guy was selling for like $50 or $60 something. That wasn't like a super expensive game. It was like a normal like AAA games price. If not, maybe a little cheaper. I don't remember the exact price. And so I looked at this, I'm like, oh, it's a complete box. And then I was looking, I was like, yeah, because it's even got the back and everything. But I was like, and then I saw this part, I'm like, wait a second. That's not a box at all. What is this? And then I figured out what it was. This is me figuring out when I purchased it, not like when I got it. But it's so warped too. This is actually a VHS. This is a VHS holder. This is the game right here. This is a VHS case. He changed it. He repurposed it into an NES thing. I think he did this for, I don't know who, the seller, I'll say. The seller, I think did this with other games as well. But yeah, this was really fucking cool to get like an entire case that it fits in pretty well. It's loose. It kind of sits in here loose. Unfortunately, it's not like the best, but it does sit in here. It doesn't jiggle around too much. But yeah, I thought this was fucking cool. I don't know. That's interesting. So it says Electronic Arts on it, Super Nintendo. I don't know what this inner mold is. It's clearly not for VHS tape. This was clearly done for something else. I don't know. I don't even know if he did this himself or they did this themselves. But regardless of what they did, this is just fucking cool. Oh my god, it's like a VHS tape case. Which is honestly, I would honestly prefer that over like, kind of, just aesthetically I would prefer the original casing, but this works just as well, to be honest. Like, I kind of like this in terms of like storage, because like this is plastic, this is plastic, whereas the original case is just cardboard. So yeah, this is nice for storage. I can just It's like I don't have to worry about the game breaking. I don't have to worry about this flattening because it's hard plastic. You know, it's a VHS tape case essentially. Yeah. In terms of like storage and everything, it's better. Aesthetically, not. I would say the original is better, but this makes more sense. You know, for storage. You know, for preservation in a way. I don't like that it's like. I would actually. I mean, I understand why it's like this because like I would prefer it to be like this, so you can store it like this, because it's kind of you store it like this and then I don't know. I kind of like I prefer this to be down here, but this does make sense because you can open it the way it opens. But yeah, so and I wish it came with the manual. It didn't come with the manual. That would have been really fucking cool if it came with the manual. But yeah, no, this was really cool. I love that they figured out how to do this. I never bought anything else from this person. I just want Mega Man. I don't even know if they still sell things anymore. I'd have to look at my history to see what the seller is and then see if they still do these kind of things. Because I should look into seeing what else they have, if they still sell these kind of things. But yeah. I just wish I could fucking beat it. Everything else I have, I don't have any other, like, special cases like that. That's the only thing I ever got, like, a special case for. I mean, granted, I guess technically if you want to think, like, consider, like collector's editions. Oh, I should have, like, made my fucking screen bigger. I'm stupid. I'm sorry about that. You know what, let me go get it again just so you guys get a better look at it. Now you get a better look at it on the bigger screen. Put that away later. Oh, it looks like you're supposed to start wrong. You start. Yeah, I don't have any special cases other than like steelbooks and stuff like that for games. Shit, now that I'm talking about my collection, I feel like showing off my collection. Showing my game collection. Oh, did you, Danny, did you hear about the guy who tried to make his copy of Donkey Kong Bonanza yellow and just fucked up his game and his Switch at the same time, Switch 2? Nice catch on the Jinx. Never heard of that. So it was on TikTok. I don't know if you have TikTok or use TikTok. But basically, hold on. I don't have a Switch 2. I don't have any Switch 2 games. So I'm just going to be using Final Fantasy Collection as an example here. Because it's a Switch 2. It's a Switch game. Let me, because it's a Switch game. But basically, so I do have Donkey Kong 64. This game, classic. So with this game, oh god, I just dropped my fucking headset. I'm good. So this game is yellow, right? And so it's pretty nostalgic to have a yellow cartridge Donkey Kong game. So when Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, the newest Donkey Kong game, it's, you know, comes in the Switch game. Looks just like this. You know, it's just, they're small, obviously, right? But the Switch 2 cartridges are red, so you can tell the difference. Because, you know, the Switch 1 game is black, Switch 2 is red. And this guy kind of has the same thought process as me and a bunch of other people. Where it's a Donkey Kong game. Why isn't it yellow? You know, like why can't you make it yellow like Donkey Kong 64? So people started having the same discussion online, and then this guy goes, he's like, I'm gonna make it yellow. I'm gonna make it yellow, and it's pretty simple. All I gotta do is take it apart. Basically, he basically just like, because the Switch 2 cartridges are pretty much just like this. So he basically just took this apart, and so it's just down to like the board, which is like right there. The rest of the contacts of the board, right? And then the board is like goes up into here a little bit, but it's really freaking small, right? It's like half the size of this thing. And so, so he takes this apart, puts it over, and then he has the front and back of the shell. And he decides just to spray paint it yellow, right? And then that's mistake number 1. He used spray paint. Mistake number 2, he didn't prime it. So he didn't use primer. 2, he just used spray paint. 3, he didn't let it sit for like a day or 2. He waited a few hours. A few hours. Puts it all back together. Cool. Looks cool. Tries to stick it in. It's not going in. Huh. That's weird. And then it basically ends the video there. He's like, I'm gonna see what's going on, why I can't get my Switch.
I can smell the failure!
Yeah, pretty much. And then update number 2. The game cartridge is stuck in the Switch 2. He can't get it out. When he attempts to try and get it out, oh, and the game isn't. I think the game is running, oddly enough. But so normally in a Switch, you put it in there and then you press it down. And I think the Switch 2 is the same exact concept, the same exact like. It works the same. You put it in and then you gotta push it in to kind of click it in, and then that's will start reading the thing. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, because it's, you know, you can put in a Switch 1 game and Switch 2. So, so he can't, so it's stuck in there, because he jammed it in there stupidly, and then he can't get it out because the Switch 2 runs kind of hot in handheld mode, like any other handheld gaming device. It's gonna run hot. This isn't a Game Boy. This isn't a DS. This is a straight up Switch. It's gonna get hot. And what happens with paint when it gets hot, especially when you didn't use primer? It's gonna start melting. And then guess what? He's trying to pull it out with pliers, and it's just the paint is coming off. Oh man, he fucked his Switch. So I think the game still plays weirdly. I think he did like find a fix, so he got it taken care of, I think. I don't know how, or he's just gonna do a Switch, I don't know. But yeah, he fucked up his Switch too. So if you ever have the idea of wanting to get a custom color Switch 1 or 2 cartridge, do not spray paint it. Don't do it. I mean, you can, and if you do decide to, use primer. and then let it sit for like 2 days after you spray paint it. Like, let that thing sit for a while. Don't wait like 3 or 4 hours. It ain't gonna work. That shit is not cured yet. But the better thing to do is the ultimate, like, get a custom, like, colored Switch cartridge. Don't use a fucking spray paint. 3D print it. We have 3D printers now. Use a 3D printer. And with how small the cartridges are, you barely need any material at all for these things. And I'm pretty sure you can get like a you can buy, you don't even have to like put it together yourself. The actual like model you use for the print, you just, I'm pretty sure there's people online that sell like the model itself you can get pretty cheap, right? And then you use a 3D printer, or you use a friend's 3D printer, or you go to a 3D print shop or whatever. You know, it's gonna be very inexpensive to do it that way, and you don't fuck up your Switch. And all you're gonna do is once you get that I keep taking this out. Once you get it printed, once you get the shell printed, then you go through the process of taking this apart, taking the board out, and put it into the shell. Done. You know, and it's like, and also I would probably test to make sure that the shell itself works. You can, but before you go through the hassle of taking this apart and putting the thing in and the new shell, and then finding out the shell doesn't work, you could at least check to make sure the shell itself will go in and out of the Switch. But yeah, don't do what he did. Just don't do it. He got ripped a new one too. Not one person felt bad for him. Not one person was like. Everyone was just like, yeah, good job, idiot. 3D printers. Okay, back to drawing. It was a funny video. Your furniture in a small comic. Nice. Strip taking forever. Hey, art takes time, right? Yo, it's done what's done. If you're a motorcycle, I apologize. There's some fucking... some douchebag outside with him fucking revving up his motorcycle. It's like almost 10 o'clock, bro. It's 10:30, bro. What are you doing? You don't hear it? Cool. And then that means my background cancellation noise thing is working. Actually, she wouldn't give a smile like that. Some agua. With the final product being 4K? Should be? What do you mean by 4K? Is there like a specific resolution I'm working, or specific size? Right now I'm working, I'm doing, this is a, was it 8x5x11 size, with 300 DPI, 300 resolution. But I can change that. I don't know. I don't know what resolution you work in. I wasn't even thinking about that, actually. Wednesday of Gwen from Ben 10. Yeah, actually, no, I can see that. Yeah, she's very similar. Whole different vibe. Wow, she looks interesting with that outfit. Yeah, it is a different vibe. I'm not sure if this is how you would like do like folds. She has like a small chest, kind of. Yeah, she has like a small chest. So I'm like, I think that's how you would do the folds, right? I don't know. I might have to. I'm gonna have to come back to the chest area. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask Katya. Well, I guess I could just look it up actually. Yeah, I want to give her. I didn't want to give her a big chest. Wait, who? Jennifer? I'm talking about like Ansel doesn't have a big chest. And I figured Jennifer's probably small chested too, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the redeem. How long's it been? Hour and 44 minutes? Yeah, it's part of the redeem. So when you do that redeem, I'm supposed to kind of look sad or depressed. I usually go for like depressed. Excuse me. Rhyhorn. Oh wait, there's. I just realized the shoelaces don't go up all the way, do they? They like kind of stop about here, huh? I just realized that. They probably stop about there, right? Okay. Oopsie poopsies. Good thing I caught that. I didn't notice that before. Oh, I haven't saved it all the whole time? Oh, shit. Shit. Holy shit. I was reminded of that recently. The Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament announcer. Is she wearing like an undershirt too? Okay, so then it would actually, this would go down more then. Gotcha. I don't know why, but this song is reminded me of like music you would hear like in a marching band or something like that. Like kind of walking down the street or something. Yeah, it reminds me of like marching band music. Like jazzy marching band music. Or even like just a jazz band you'd hear like so like you hear someone you hear outside like on the street, like if there was like a street band or something like that. Or something you would hear like if you went to Disneyland or something. More Donkey Kong music. Dinky King. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. Should be back with somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. There'll be an in-stream ad. And then for people on Twitch, there'll be ads as well. If you don't want to see ads over in Twitch, you can always subscribe. Use your Twitch Prime sub if you got it. But I shall be right back. Wow. Hey guys, Ace here. I'm here to talk to you about our sponsor, W. What does W ask? I'll go ahead and tell you. W is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. W contains amino acids, vitamins, a non-tropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Best of all, it's zero sugar, no hidden ingredients, and gluten-free. W sells all different types of flavors, including Tiger's Blood, Japanese Soda, Push and Punch, and S'mores. You can also head over to their website and check out their merch and shakers. Also, W is currently doing a collab with Soul Leveling. I personally got the Ingress bottle because Ingress is awesome. But there's other bottles as well as 2 different flavors. So what are you waiting for? Use my 10% off code and get your tubs today. Thanks again to W for sponsoring. Let's get back to the video. Or the stream. Wherever it's playing. All right, I'm back. Oh, excuse me. I'm back. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and actually react to a YouTube video. Because I found out about something. Technically, I found out about it yesterday, but I actually kind of got a little bit of a confirmation of a rumor. I believe it's a rumor. I don't know 100% about everything, but hopefully watch this YouTube video makes more enlightened. So, yesterday I'm just going through the news or whatever, doing my thing, and I hear about one video talks about, or maybe I see it somewhere about the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. Now I'm like, huh, it's probably just rumors, probably just people talking. I still think it's kind of what it is, but you know, nothing concrete, nothing like official. And then so I kind of just go about my day. I kind of just don't think too much about it. I go on my day, do whatever. Fast forward to earlier tonight. I was making dinner. Welcome back, thank you. I was making dinner, and I'm just scrolling through TikTok, waiting as I'm cooking dinner. You know, I'm scrolling through TikTok, waiting for, you know, the next thing, whatever, waiting for it to cook, whatever. And I seen another TikTok video shows up, and it's a TikToker that I follow that I see his videos from time to time, and he's also talking about this Black Flag remake, and I'm like, is this real? This is happening? No, I'm pretty sure it's still a rumor. And then just now, as I'm on my break, I see another video of his talking about this. I'm like, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me get some confirmation on this. Is this actually happening? Because he has like 2 Black Flag videos on TikTok. So I looked this up, and sure enough, what do I find but a Luke Stevens video from 3 days ago. So we're gonna go ahead and react to Luke Stevens, because at this point, now that I see 2 influencers, 2 content creators, two content creators talking about this, on top of seeing other content creators talk about this, I think at this point it is happening. I think this is the thing, which for me, Black Flag is my favorite like Assassin's Creed game, next to Assassin's Creed 2. Like, but this game, oh my god, this game was so freaking good. Now there is something I've been hearing. This is what I originally heard too. This is how I heard about it. It's like, not only are we getting the remake, but they're removing the modern day stuff, which that kind of makes me upset for reasons. I won't go too much into it, but for now, but I will talk about it here. I'll talk about it if it gets brought up in the Luke Stevens video. But if it doesn't, then I will talk about it afterwards. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. One second. So we're doing a reaction video. I wasn't planning on doing a reaction video before, but I'm gonna do one. Okay, so oh, so I'm gonna go hit record. I keep forgetting to hit record. So like I have to go back into like the video VOD or whatever, the VOD, and I have to like highlight and like cut out the part of the stream for the reaction. Whereas if I hit record, I don't have to do any of that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and react to Luke Stevens talk about the Black Flag remake leak. Again, apparently this was leaked before. I'm just now hearing about this. I was just discussing here. I'm live here on Twitch and YouTube, but I was just discussing that it kind of got to me the day prior to when I'm streaming this, recording this. That there was a Black Flag remake coming. I'm like, I didn't think much of it. I was like, that's weird. I think they were even mentioning that they're removing the modern day stuff. But and then I hear it again from another content creator. I don't know. It was a news article. I remember now. So I saw a news article about it. I was like, I don't know. I didn't think too much about it. Then I see a content creator earlier talking about it, and I'm like, is this real? This is real, right? And then I look up and I find this wow. I find this Luke Stevens video. I'm like, okay, now I know what's happening. If Luke Stevens is talking about it, this is legit. At least a legit rumor, if anything. But Black Flag is my favorite game next to Assassin's Creed 2. So we're gonna go ahead and react to this video. I will have a link to Luke Stevens' video. I'll post it in the chats as well. And while you're down there, because this is recording for a future video, while you're down there, go ahead and like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I will be drawing, working on a collab art piece. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just get into it. Go back there.
I, like many of you, am a big fan of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. In fact, I actually have the collector's edition
Yes.
from Asia circa 2013 in the studio behind.
Yeah, I don't have that. I just have this. I wasn't able to afford like collector's editions or anything for this, but this is the GameStop edition, so this is somewhat of an exclusive copy. This is the copy that I bought when this came out. So when was this? Was this 2013? Like he said. I can't find the date. Yeah, 2013. So yeah.
Behind me at all times. I love Black Flag. It is, in my opinion, one of the best open world games of that era, and I love it dearly. So naturally, I've been pretty excited for the remake that's been rumored and speculated upon for, at this point, like a year and a half. And we...
Okay, I didn't know that. I was always like... Something that I wanted. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if they made like a remake of Black Flag. If any one of them deserves a remake, it's either 2 or Black Flag. I think even Rogue too. Rogue would be cool.
Just got a big info dump about it. The info comes from Jeux Vidéo Magazine, which is a French outlet, and they've put together a bunch of reporting and some sources that they've gotten access to and put it all together into a video that is in French. So I have translated the transcript, and we're going to talk about that translation. But long
thank you
story
for the
short,
translation.
just to catch you up, the Black Flag remake has been in the works for a while and is being headed up by Ubisoft Singapore, the same team that helped with all of the water physics and simulation stuff for Black Flag back in 2014, and even with the water simulation stuff for Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and eventually Valhalla and Shadows.
That's good that they brought in that team. Like, they originally worked on it, why not bring them back in, you know? Hopefully it's at least some of the... Hopefully it's not, like, just the team, and then, like, the team was replaced by a bunch of people, and so it's like, it is the team, but it's not the original team. Hopefully it's the actual original team, or at least some of the original team with some new people. That'd be cool, too. But yeah, I mean, that's a W, I say.
They've primarily been a support studio, but they did get the chance to do one standalone game recently, Skull and Bones. And I'm sure we all remember how that went. But after Skull and Bones, they were given the opportunity to use a lot of their recent pirate experience to remake Black Flag, which honestly, I think it makes sense. If you know you're going to remake a pirate game and you have a team that just built a bunch of pirate assets and stuff for their pirate game, reuse those assets, and then you don't have to redo all of it from scratch, and you get to save money, and at least Skull and Bones isn't like a total waste. So it makes sense why they would assign them to do this project. And over the last year and a half or so, we have heard many rumblings, rumors, and speculations as to what this Black Flag remake is going to look like. But up until just a few hours ago, it was all speculation. But now, Jeux Vidéo Magazine is actually coming out with some very specific claims as it pertains to the Black Flag remake. Some of it I think is really good news, really exciting news. Other information, maybe a little less, but I'm gonna go through it all with you here today. I've translated the video, highlighted all of that stuff. I'll have the original video sourced in the description box. If you happen to speak French, you can go check it out yourself. But we're gonna talk about it. As always though, take all of this with a grain of salt, because ultimately, we are talking about somebody reporting sources that they have, and I haven't spoken to those sources, so we don't know for sure if this is likely or not likely. These guys have previously accurately reported on Ubisoft before. They likely have a contact within Ubisoft corporate that is giving them information, but as always, take it with a grain of salt. The first thing he described was how they are currently targeting early 2026 for the release date, but they're not sure if that will slip or not because they allegedly have a lot of work still to do. This coincides with other information we've gotten from like earnings calls and stuff where Ubisoft CEO is like, yeah, there's a big exciting project that old fans of our franchises will love, but we've not announced it, and they've kept it very, very quiet. And I think the original plan was to like shadow drop it this fall, but after AC Shadows got delayed by 4 months or so, everything else scooted back, and as a result, the Black Flag remake also got scooted out of...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that. Because I'm pretty sure that the team probably... AC Shadows was, during development, was a mess. It was such a drama, mess. Dramatic mess, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There was so much drama leading up to its release. to the point where they had to push it back. And so I'm pretty sure, like, when they got around to, like, pushing it back to fix a lot of the things that needed to get fixed, I'm pretty sure it was all hands on deck, and they probably had other teams stop what they were working on to go help with Shadows to make sure it released on time and with very little bugs, so very little issues. So that's probably what happened. And so that would then kind of push back any other projects.
Of the holiday window and is now in like maybe February, March-ish is kind of where they're looking at. So this initial description of timelines is accurate to what we've heard elsewhere, specifically reported by Tom Henderson with Insider Gaming. I personally don't think it's that likely that they delay it to like late 2026 because AC Hexe is supposed to be launching in late 2026, like maybe September, October of next year, and that's going to be a huge deal. It's the latest game from the Montreal team who did Valhalla and also originally did like Origins and Black Flag.
Is it though? Is it?
And they are apparently working on like a linear, think of like a Sony narrative driven game, like a linear third person adventure game set during like the German witch trials, and it's going to be like horror
German
inspired.
witch trials.
It's going to be very, very different from anything else we've ever gotten with AC before, and I'm excited for it. And they've spent a lot of money on it. So I don't think that they would just push that back because Black Flag needed more time. I think it's more likely they'd bring on more teams to help with Black Flag remake to get it out the door in March, but we'll see. It's also, I mean, elephant in the room, GTA 6 launches in May. It's possible GTA 6 gets delayed into the fall. That would throw everything up in the air.
Would.
So who knows? Maybe they do that and then they delay Hexe to the spring just to get away from GTA 6. Who knows? But time will tell. But then we get into the nitty-gritty details, specifically of what they are changing. I made a video back in early July where I was actually on vacation on a boat on a lake, and I filmed the video on the lake discussing the Black Flag remake drama and speculation.
Yeah,
and
this went.
at the time because I thought it was
I didn't hear
appropriate
any
on a
about
boat talking
any of
about a
this.
game with boats.
I'm
if you wanna
usually
hear
pretty
all
on
the
top
rumors
of
and
gaming
speculation,
news.
you can check that video out for sure. I will have it linked below as well. But one of the biggest questions we had was whether they were going to change the combat system. If you don't recall or never played it, Black Flag had a very interesting combat system for the time. It was called a paired animation combat system, which basically just means that if you engage in an attack against an opponent, they have an animation that matches your attack that plays out almost like a dance once those two inputs are connected. The enemies can block, they can try to dodge away from you, they can parry you or whatever else they need to do, but when the two states of the opponent and the player match, an animation plays out, dealing damage in a really elaborate, crazy finisher move. And this is the system they used all the way up through 2015 with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They moved away from it in 2017 with Assassin's Creed Origins, where they moved to like a hitbox based combat system, which is more commonplace nowadays.
Origin was like
it just makes more sense. People just
they just went with a whole new system, everything.
They were going to keep that original combat system, or if they were going to rework it, or maybe just add in the same combat system they used for Shadows and Valhalla. What he said was there will be RPG type mechanics in the Black Flag remake, more particularly regarding the inventory system and notably regarding the loot system. I was told
of course they're going to put RPG elements because that's what they love putting RPG elements in Assassin's Creed games.
To the RPG type Assassin's Creed games that have come out, like the Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and now Shadows.
I'm not a fan of the RPG system in Assassin's Creed. The newer ones, I think I guess it's okay in Shadows because I was playing through Shadows. I didn't like beat or anything because I really didn't feel like dropping all that money on a game. So I was just playing. I got the Ubisoft subscription just to play for like a month. I was like, I'm gonna play as much as I can in that month, and I'm canceling. Like I'm not playing anymore after that. And I didn't get super far. I will say that because that's the other problem I have with the new Assassin. If they are trying to make Black Flag play more like the newer games, I'm probably gonna hate it. I'll just be honest. I think they need to not touch it. They need to just use the old system, leave it the way it is. It's perfectly fine the way it is. Don't touch it. Ubisoft. But knowing them, they probably will touch it. They probably make a bunch of changes, and I'm probably going to be like, no, let's go back to the original. The original's better.
Will it be exactly the same system used in those games? No, it will be a little bit less, a bit more similar to Mirage and so on. But anyway, there's also something that remains to be seen and established. Will it be the same system? Will it be a bit less, a bit similar to Mirage and so on? It's not super clear, but effectively he's saying that they've shifted away from the really simplistic style of inventory that they had in Black Flag originally, and they've moved more towards a familiar open world inventory system that's more akin to like Shadows, Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins. I'll talk about whether I like this or not in just a second, but first I want to read the rest of this. He continues, the combat system itself, I come back a bit also to the RPG aspect, has undergone some modifications too to correspond a bit more to the style of the latest opus. I wasn't told if the entire choreographed combat part was removed. However, what I was told is that it's a combat system that approaches more the RPG opus, or the RPG games of recent memory. So that means perhaps less choreography in the combats. That, for one, is a bit unfortunate unless Ubisoft has come back a bit on the subject. But from what I was told, it is indeed a combat system that's more RPG typed. And that's what also makes total sense with the other information I told you earlier regarding the inventory system, loot system, with also the statistics of weapons and so on, and also regarding equipment. Basically, it just seems like instead of having the really, really simplistic loadouts where you equip like a different sword or different guns or things, they've reworked it so it will play much more similarly to recent Assassin's Creed games. Some people will love this, and I've seen on social media, because a lot of you guys were tagging me in this, saying, Luke, talk about the new leaks for Black Flag. A lot of you guys were really excited about this and really glad that they're not doing the same combat system, allegedly, that they used back in 2013, because it feels like a combat system from 2013. Other people, like myself, grew up playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and so for us, this combat system holds a special place in our heart.
Yes. Yes.
And while it is clunky, it's familiar, and it's also something that is kind of cozy.
It's fine. We mean clunky. It's fine. I won't hear that. It's not that old. It's only...
So while I won't say that I'm like upset or bummed about this, I will say that I'm like, okay, let's see how it goes. You know, I'm open to it. I would have been okay with the old school system because I was so familiar with it, but I totally get that a lot of people hated that system, which is why they changed it. So I'll keep an open mind, but it seems based on this reporting, they've changed it. It will not play the same way as the old games. This part is also really interesting. Take note, Todd. Technology having evolved, of course, since 2013, Ubisoft has planned to remove, of course, the loading times to access a city on land from a naval port or vice versa. That has been removed to facilitate exploration. That seems totally logical to me in reality, given that it's something that's already possible. For example, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you can literally arrive in Athens without loading. So it's a tech that already works very, very well. The goal is to do exactly the same with Havana, Kingston, and so on. And this was something I did not honestly think that they would do. And if this ends up being true, I will honestly be impressed, because I was braced for it to just be a pretty straightforward remake. Maybe they swap out some assets, they improve some stuff, but maybe it feels more like a remaster. But it really seems like they took the engine for AC Shadows, which is very powerful and very impressive, and then they just are moving all this stuff from Black Flag into it, and they're cutting away all of the like antiquated tech of 2013. So no more load screens to get on your ship into the free open waters. You can just sail right up to the dock, hop off and explore Kingston, and vice versa. You can just jump straight on the boat and sail away. That sounds awesome. But it doesn't just stop there, because they apparently have also made enhancements across the map. He says, I also wanted to come back to the map notably. So I was told there's no enlarged size, giggity, regarding the map. So that for one is something I can technically tell you. So they've not added like an entire new area of the map. They're not adding new islands and everything, but what they are doing is reworking it, because not content with removing loading times to have exploration that's more fluid on paper, Ubisoft has also worked on filling the islands on the map having islands with much more activity and so on to bring more missions, of course, because it's true that Black Flag's map, technically, you have Cuba and all that. You have small islands with 2 to 3 chests to go get, but it's true that there's less content on those small islands, and some are totally useless. In fact, many of the islands in Black Flag are just like paper mache. You just look at them. You can't actually get off your boat and look at them or explore them. They're just there to appear as islands that fill out the map, but the actual areas that you can explore are much, much fewer. It seems like with this remake, they're trying to change that, and they're trying to actually make just the Caribbean and expand it and fill it out so that it's much more interesting to explore, which again, I didn't think they'd actually do that. This is way more than I was expecting, so this is pretty cool. And he continues, Ubisoft has well planned to add content on these islands to make exploration much more interesting. Knowing Ubisoft, these are probably basic collectathon things, maybe hunting challenges and stuff like that, additional mini side quests, but I wouldn't expect anything super crazy. But nonetheless, it's expanding the original vision of Black Flag, and I'm intrigued by that. I'm interested. He then speaks specifically about the engine and what it is capable of and not capable of. He said, and I also wanted to end with two small informations, notably including one that I already told you about earlier. The Black Flag remake is not planned to be a production that approaches in terms of grandeur of remake. It's not planned to be a style of Resident Evil or Silent Hills remake, meaning we don't have at the level of those remakes on the technical plan and so on. The translation here is a little clunky. I think basically what he's trying to say is that this is not being treated as a remake on the scale of Resident Evil 2 remake, for example, or the Silent Hill remake. In practical terms, I don't really know what that means. I think what it means is that they are not going to like totally rework the campaign or missions and stuff. They're not going to rework all of that stuff.
Like the first Assassin's Creed?
Instead, what they're doing, as he describes it,
I like the first Assassin's Creed at first until the newer ones came out. And then when I go back and play Assassin's Creed 1, I have a hard time because it just, that system is clunky. That game is clunky. At this point, like the only thing I love about Assassin's Creed is just like the story and everything. But it's hard to go back and play. It's kind of like it's the same thing with me when I go back and play like Resident Evil, original Resident Evils, or like because the tank controls. Same thing with like Devil May Cry. And I want to play through Devil May Cry because I have never really given them a chance. Other than like, I didn't really know Devil May Cry was a real thing until like Devil May Cry 4 was coming out, and I was like at that point I was more of an Xbox person, so I didn't really have an opportunity to play it. And I've been sitting on wanting to play Devil May Cry for a long time. The only one I played through completely was DMC, the 2017 one. But yeah, when I go back and play like the older 3D games, like I have a hard time playing them because how clunky the system is, how the clunky the controls are. And Assassin's Creed is definitely one of them. So I have a hard time playing that one. I'll play like Assassin's Creed 2 though. Assassin's Creed 2 is great. I love that they improved everything in Assassin's Creed 2.
It's really a reinterpretation of Black Flag updated to modern tastes, which ultimately I think is the goal of a remake / remaster. It's to take a game that is older, that has an audience of people that love it dearly for nostalgic reasons and because they just played it years and years and years ago. But you want to bring that game into a new generation and introduce it to people who have never experienced it, who would not play the old version because of clunkiness or controls not working properly or technical issues and stuff like that. You're basically bringing it forward so a new generation of players can enjoy it. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel. You're just trying to bring the wheel into a new situation where it can function, you know? But that's not to say that they aren't making major changes or adjustments. It's suggested that they're actually going to be adding back in some of the original cut content, such as the quest lines tied to Mary Reed. Those were removed back in 2013 for the original launch of the game, but they will be added back in here. I had actually forgotten about this, but the character James the Kid, which eventually is revealed to be Mary Reed, there were originally like additional quests and story beats and things tied to the character that were just cut for developmental reasons or whatever, and they've actually preserved some of that allegedly and are bringing it back, so there will be additional story content that adds to it, which is cool. I will say though, I'm so ready for people who never played Black Flag to see this and be like, wait, what the hell? It's a woman dressed as a man? Buckle up, dude. There's gonna be some stupid videos made by people who have
Buckle
no clue
up,
what they're talking
buckaroo.
about. I am so ready for it. It's gonna
I'm waiting to hear what he has to say about everything.
be funny. Anyway, they also say a couple of other interesting
What
tidbits,
his
such
opinions
as
on
this.
all this is.
Apparently, they intend to include a few, maybe as many as four additional hours of like piratey content in the early stages of the game. And that is apparently because they plan on removing the present day parts in the remake because they considered it to be too uninteresting, perhaps too much and overwhelming just in terms of like the narrative dump that happens in the opening sections of Black Flag, or perhaps because it just kills the pacing and the vibe of the game. People want to play a Black Flag remake. They want to be a pirate. They want to sail the Caribbean seas. And it's really jarring to get pulled out of that to go walk around what was basically a Ubisoft office circa 2014, which frankly, I can understand it. I appreciate the present day, modern day sequences in Black Flag for what they were narratively at the time, but man, it does kill the pacing. And I'll be real, this is something that I think is totally understandable. The modern day sequences have always been pretty polarizing for Assassin's Creed fans because there's basically two big groups of us. There's those of us who love Assassin's Creed primarily for exploring historical locations, cities that no longer exist, speaking to historical figures that are long since past. Granted, in this historical fiction story, but still nonetheless, it's really cool to explore these pieces of history in an interactive way. And there's other players who are really into the lore, the Isu storylines, First Civilization storylines, the present day stuff with Desmond. All of that I totally get, and I think all Assassin's Creed players like bits and pieces of everything, but the primary focus can be different based on your tastes. For me, I love the historical stuff. When I see Assassin's Creed Origins, I'm excited to play as Bayek exploring the pyramids, not as Layla walking around a tomb complaining about how humid it is. Like I want to explore pyramids. That's why, I mean, I have a pyramid in my studio. I want to explore the pyramids. Same with Black Flag remake. I want to be a pirate. That's why I'm excited about the game. That's why I bought it. And I think in the 2010s, Ubisoft was trying to figure out what balance they needed to strike between the present day modern storylines, the Isu storylines and stuff like that, and the deeper focus on gameplay and the historical side of the games. And I think Black Flag, for all of its strengths, its primary weakness for me were the really slow and sluggish modern day sequences that, again, in my opinion, just killed the pacing. But again, this is one of those that's just going to come down to personal preference. Whether you like it or not is up to you, and that's your decision. For me, everything that we've heard in this video and that we've discussed, I find intriguing. Some of the changes I really like. The idea that you're completely removing load screens, that is awesome. The idea that you're gonna add stuff on those islands that previously had very little or nothing, that's awesome. It gives me more reason to explore as a pirate. I like that. Hearing that they're using the Assassin's Creed Shadows engine, which is a powerhouse of an engine, that is also really exciting. It means that this game is going to be graphically pretty stunning, I would expect. But there are a couple of other things where I'm just not sure what I think of it until I see it or get my hands on it myself. The combat system being swapped out, I'm an old school fan. I'm an old school fan. You know, I grew up playing these games, so that combat system just has a special place in my heart. As clunky and unintuitive and frustrating as it could be, I grew up playing it, so I'm nostalgic for it. But I totally understand why they would want to change it for something that everybody else agrees is just objectively better. So I will keep an open mind when it comes to the combat system. I will not be judgy about it. I will wait till I see it for myself. And as for the inventory changes,
I'm gonna be
adding
judgy.
RPG elements, that I think is a necessary change once you've decided to change the combat system as well. Like, you can't go and change the combat system without changing how the weapons you have equipped work, how the stats work. Like, everything has to kind of get updated once you decide you're changing the combat system. So I will also withhold judgment on that until I see it for myself. I'm interested, I'm intrigued by all of this, and I think, if anything, after reading this and hearing more about it, I'm probably more excited for the Black Flag remake than I was before, because I was kind of braced for it to be just like the lowest possible effort, and it was just going to be like we swapped out some of the models for Skull and Bones models we had laying around, and now give us $70, please. But I don't think that's actually what's happening here. It sounds like they actually just straight up rebuilt the entire game across the board, which is crazy. So I will keep an eye on this. It sounds like the current plan is like maybe March of next year. And if that's the case, we could see like a big reveal maybe at the Game Awards or something like that. Or maybe they just pull like an Oblivion remaster and they just shadow drop it. I've said for months that I think that that's the best idea. That would be like the coolest way of revealing this game and putting it out there for everybody, but time will tell. But let me know what you think of all of this in the comment section below. I honestly want to know your thoughts. Do you like some of these changes? Do you think these will make the game better? Or are you going to stick to being a purist and only play the old version? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Also, if you haven't already, join our giveaway for the PS5 Pro. It's linked in the link tree in the description box below, or you can scan the QR code on screen. Once you go there, you just click PS5 Pro giveaway September 25. And once you're there, you just put your name, email address in. Of course, check the rules to make sure you understand everything. And if you want additional entries in the giveaway to increase your odds of winning, you can complete additional tasks like following me on my other channels, following me on TikTok, X, etc. Just my way of saying thank you for making my dreams come true. We are going to do the drawing in 2 weeks from now, so get your booty over there, enter, and then you can forget about it and you'll get an email if you win. Why not? It's a free PS5 Pro. Why not? But with all that said, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. You guys are amazing. You make my dreams a reality every single day, and never, ever think I take it for granted. How else would I buy Concord t-shirts? It's because of you. Because of you.
How the
fam.
fuck did you get those Concord
See you next time, my
t-shirts?
friends. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.
Bye, Steven. All right. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. I think I know what my problem is. I'm sitting here like I've been contemplating it being. That's why I was quiet. I was like contemplating this. So I think what they're doing, is that they are doing an actual remake. Meaning that they're not going to take the game and improve it, and they're not going to take the original game and improve it with the graphics and do some quality of life. They're literally just remaking it as if they're remaking Black Flag as if they remade it today. Mostly. And I mean, sure, I think what it is I need to. That's not what I want, but if this is true and this is what they're doing, then I need to get myself out of the mindset of this isn't 2013, 2014 Black Flag. This is 2026, 2027 Black Flag, whatever it's going to be. And in that sense, if I hear it, I mean, the removing of the modern day stuff, I will say that at first I was like, oh, it's bullshit. But then I thought, I was thinking about it more. I was like, well, I think the one reason why I think that way is because that, like, I actually am one of the people that loved for the most part, the modern day story, the modern day stuff. Only because it had a really good start. Like it was going so well, and then it just crashed. Towards the end, like leading up into like Assassin's Creed 3 is when the story went, and then like they tried to like save it in a way after sorry, spoiler if those that don't know. Spoiler alert one more time. And once Desmond died at the end of 3, that they tried to continue the story, but you can tell that they were kind of starting to just shift away from that. And it seems like there is still somewhat of a real life story going on. At least in Shadows, there was definitely something going on whenever you were in like the Animus parts, like the unloaded butter people. Who did that? Oh, Boomin. What's going on, Boomin? So yeah, there's definitely seemed like there's something going on Well, because I was playing Shadows and like it got to like an unloaded part of the Animus, and like somebody was like talking to me, like somebody that wasn't in Japan. It was in like the Animus.
Who ordered all this fucking anime titty?
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't me this time. Lurking, grabbing a bite to eat. Oh, thank you. What you eating? What's on the menu? Go ahead and give Boom Banana a follow. I'm gonna give you a shout him out. 1 second. Why? Hold on. Oops. Okay, that's what I did.
You're breathtaking.
Someone I can follow? Yes. Makes me you kind. Of course, man. Of course. I don't know why you're not on my auto shoutouts, but that's fine. What was I saying? So yeah, I just need to like get in the mindset of this is an actual remake. However, the thing that I feel like this might not do as good as these other kind of like video games being as remastered remakes, I feel like they should have gone the route of Metal Gear Delta. Metal Gear Solid Delta. Metal Gear Solid Delta, I played all the way through. It was great. Honestly, all they did was remake all the assets. And they took the original game and combined it. Basically took the original game and brought it into Unreal 5. Redid all the assets. That's all they did. It was perfect. Perfect. Down to the last minute detail. So yeah, I think that's kind of like what I would want. I would want them just to do the kind of the same thing. Just take the original game, improve all the graphics. You're good to go. Redo the models. Maybe put it in the same engine, but then change the combat to be more like the original combat. But what do I know? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you is this something that you wanted? Do you want them to kind of just remake it, or do you want more of a remaster? More like what I want. Let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and follow. Luke Stevens. Forget his name. I'll have a link to his video down below. Definitely check him out. While you're down there, again, make sure to like, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. And yeah. Okay, so that was the end of the that was recording that for a YouTube video. So I'll go ahead and go back to art. I gotta get the music going. Back to work. Back to work, son. I just had a question. Which way are you? You don't. I just realized you don't really do like lighting for your character, huh? So I guess I could just get away with probably having Light source coming from like this direction, I guess. Like the lighting. I just realized you don't like really light your characters, really. Not really. I guess you do it for your comics, I guess. I guess in certain scenes, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I guess you kind of did do it for the Mario. So, I don't know. I like we're I'm stuttering. I apologize. Are you okay with like lighting coming from this direction, or do you think we should go from a different direction? You do sometimes. Yeah, no, I noticed that you do it sometimes. I do see it in some of these. Like I did the one where she's wearing like a Mario outfit. I do see that you did it for that one. But like, what about doing the direction, like this direction light? I don't know if... So basically it would be like... The light is coming from like in this like general direction, like I guess in the same direction where like the camera will be facing, I guess. Where's my soda so I don't have more caffeine to keep me awake. I guess I could just assume that's what we were gonna go for. I don't know. I get really upset earlier today. So Xbox decided to come out and mention that they are raising the price for the series consoles. It makes me sad. It makes me mad. I'm like, the consoles are 5 years old. Why are we raising the prices? They don't want to sell these consoles. I think that's what it is. They just don't want to sell them. Like if you're gonna buy this, you have to give us more money. Like you gotta give us a reason to sell these now at this point. So yeah, they raised the prices of the series consoles. Depending on the console, it was either a $30 price hike, or it was like a $50 price hike, depending on like if it was a Series S or Series X and how much the storage is. So I'm like, what are we doing? Like I'm getting fed up with Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo and their stupid fucking price hikes. Yeah, knock it off. I don't want to hear anything about tariffs either. It's not a tariff issue. It's a we want more money. Fuck you, give me money. As Angry Joe would say. And like, I personally like am like whatever about it, because I wasn't really planning on getting a series console anyways at this point. to me, Xbox is more of like a publisher at this point. To me, like I've given up on getting Xbox games, and I'm just playing Xbox games online. I'm a collector, and like they're making it really fucking impossible. I mean, all three companies make it really hard. I guess not impossible, really hard to get physical games. It sucks. Because they don't care. They want me to rebuy games. They don't want me to keep my games. Or rather, they don't. If they want me to, I can keep my games, but if I want to play it on a newer console, or if I want to play it, with like up-res quality and everything, I have to rebuy that game if it comes out on a newer console or a newer platform, whatever. If. Yeah. Just getting there. For sure. I never flipped it. Damn it. You finishing tonight? Not tonight. It's getting late. Actually, I'm gonna be wrapping up here just a little bit. I'm just trying to get the line work finished at least. It's just about done, actually. If it worked out so far. Well, thank you. Looking forward to seeing your side of this. Yeah, this is a good stopping point. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone so much for hanging out. Danny, thank you so much. W. Lionart, yes, thank you. Yeah, it should be getting it done. I should be getting this done tomorrow for sure. Because at this point it's just coloring and rendering. Not to worry about background just yet. I think we'll worry about that. I think as soon as we get both characters in there together, then we can probably start worrying about like a background. We want to do for that. Yeah. Let's see. I want to thank everyone so much for hanging out. Boomin, thank you. Danny, thank you. Who else? Who else? I think it was just you and Boomin, honestly. I think it's pretty quiet otherwise. No one else was really in here. If you were just lurking, thank you so much for the lurk. Okay, everyone go follow, go check out Danny over on his Instagram. I'll throw that up here right now. And yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow. We'll go ahead and get this finished up, or mostly finished. I would assume we're gonna get this finished. I wouldn't think it would take too much longer. Let's see what's available for a raid. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna end the stream right now for. Well, I'm gonna raid over on Twitch, and then then just for YouTube. I don't know how raiding works for YouTube just yet. So, we did get some new followers in between streams here. OG Missile, Diabolus, and KC Faith 27. Thank you so much for the follows there. Let's see. Well, Midnight Monopoly's on. Not too many people are on. Oh, you know what? Mika's on. Or Mega. Sorry, Mega's on. Mega. I said Mega, but Mega. We're gonna raid over Mega. Mega's doing just chatting, but it looks like they're doing something called Contexto. I don't know what that. I've never heard of this before. But yeah, we'll go over right over to Mega. Again, I want to thank everyone so much for hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned for Mega. And also, if you're and this is just for the Twitch people again. If you are following me on Twitch, you can use this, and if you're not following me, you can go ahead and use this. I finally remembered to talk about that stuff. So, yeah, stay tuned for Mega, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Is the It is okay. All right, see you guys next one.